Welcome to the channel. I was once a top 10 Strat-pool, and I've continued to be a top 50, top 100, and with even the more buffs, I continue to keep playing the character, and I keep seeing so many outdated tutorials, so many outdated people, just saying how to do the wrong upgrades, the wrong ideas. You want to play Strat-pool very passively, but also you want to be able to coordinate your bonus, your jackpot, your ult, and I should be able to show you how to complete that, guys. So let's get into the video. Alright guys, so this is more of an intermediate guide. I want to start off. So you should know about what all of these abilities do, that you want to be going for your sword ult most of the time, how each thing functions. This should all be sort of known if you wanted to get into this guide. But the upgrade path, I've seen many people do the wrong thing. Some people still, in fact, go for the gun ult, which I think is just completely wrong. So this is sort of the idea that I think most people need to get to. So, starting off, your very first upgrade, Necros and some other people do the sword ult first. And because the ult is generally weak, but as you'll see in a lot of early gunfights, you're not going to be able to get the jackpot on this ult. So, what I do is my very first upgrade in 99% of scenarios, unless in certain scenarios where I do get the heal ult much later, where I do have two upgrades, then I'll do both of these, is I always go for the boomerangs first. So, after the first fight, and sometimes during the first fight, you're going to get your ult first. You're going to want to do this, then you're going to upgrade to it sometimes, or if not already, you want to be bouncing on some people's heads, and once it gets to around 3 seconds, 2 seconds, then you're going to pop the bonus. And now, this isn't the strongest heal ult, but the thing is, it doesn't matter, because you are popping this ult before anybody else has their ult. And now, instead, it's basically an upgraded E for an extra amount of time, and that is the best part about it. You want to be able to just have sustained healing around your opponents where you're able to push up slowly and slowly. Now this next upgrade depends. If you're gonna see bottom right my timer, if we are continued to be pushing, if we're continuing to get upgrades, and I get an upgrade around 30 to 40 seconds on the timer remaining to my ult, then my next upgrade is going to be the guns. Okay? However, in this certain case, if it's under around 30 seconds, your next ult, you always want to have the upgraded, because that's when people, especially Rocket nowadays, is going to have ult ready by this time. You want to be able to respond correctly. So, my next ult upgrade is going to be the Swords ult. And now, once I do it, you don't really have to wait. You want to keep bouncing on people's heads and such. But once it gets to around 3 seconds, or whenever your team needs it, then you're going to be popping the Swords ult. And that, I think, is the most important thing. The Swords ult can be used as a response now. And that is the most important thing in high-level ranked Celestial lobbies, Grandmaster lobbies. If you're wanting to get there, you need to be able to respond accordingly. It is also very useful because you're going to get this ult generally much faster than any other ult in the game. It is so unbelievably quick how you can get it. So, it is very important that you get this ult very, very quickly. My next upgrade, if I didn't already get the guns, I'm going to get the guns. It's just more sustained healing. When the front line, you're going to always want to be healing. It is very, very important. Next ult, upgrade, I generally want to go for the E. Sometimes you can do the dash, but the E is just, it grants more healing. I think it's slightly longer, and overall, it's just, it grants more damage boost to people within it. So it's just generally, overall, it's better. And if your team is a dive team, then it does also support that. A good combo you can do is whenever you are upgrading, you pop the E, and then you upgrade it, and then you have an E back, and I can just E once again. I don't have to wait a 12-second cooldown. Lastly, the main upgrade you want to do is this. This is good because if you ult, and you can't really jump on people, you don't have your right click cooldown, then you can dive in like this and then get your ult that way. And it's also very good for pushing people. Later on, if you're running a dive heavy, it's very consistent with that. And overall, I think that the swords ult and the swords upgrade is the last major upgrade. Now, the last two upgrades, you're really never gonna need these. I normally would do swords next, just because if there is melee, then I think it does grant slightly more damage and slightly more healing if they're in like a close melee area. But then again, you're never really going to be doing this unless you're pushing somebody who's basically 1 HP. And the last overall thing that you're going to want to do is upgrade this. It's good to have it upgrade. You don't just want to give it, because sometimes you do misclick and you do ult and you want your ult to at least do something if you are doing guns ult. But generally, you're never going to want to do the guns ult unless it's a 1v5 scenario and you just want to start killing. You just want to finish off that last guy and it's very end of the game, then you can. But overall, this ult it's not good. It's just not good. Your swords ult is the much better heal ult in every single fashion. And yeah, next thing I want to talk about is really how to play. So most of the game, you want to have, relatively good aim, and you want to have you want to stay in the back. And the most important thing about playing really any Deadpool, but especially heal pool, is your kit is designed especially to not die. Your E makes you literally impenetrable. It is very hard to kill you through your E. So you always want to be cycling between your right click. I'm throwing out my right click, I'm throwing out my right click, I'm throwing out my right click. And then when that blows up, I want to pop my E. And this is lasting a couple of seconds. I'm healing my team. And I'm healing my team. I'm getting ult charged in the meantime. And then right click. You want to sort of cycle between those as much as you can, because your right click grants an unbelievable amount of healing. But your E also grants a huge amount of healing. So you sort of want to keep those two things continually going back and forth. And you can get easily the most healing in the lobby, past any Gambit, past any White Fox, past any Rocket, because Rocket's completely busted right now, and you can out heal him. I have in so many lobbies. And this is sort of the style you want to play. Daredevil, what you want to do, Daredevil's pushing you, click the E, dash away. And you really want to learn how to control the spaces. You want to know which surfaces you can jump off of, how the sort of functions. It seems that in the jumping, if you jump off the same surface on the same side twice in a row, like right there, it's sort of buggy. It doesn't really work all the time. But if you jump off the same surface on the same side, then it doesn't reset. So if I go like this and then this, then it doesn't reset. But if I quickly turn my camera around, see if I can do it here. If I go like this, if I do something like that, then I'm able to wall climb. You have to sort of flip sides. So that's another major mobility thing. So if I'm getting dove on, I want to be able to, if I don't want dash, I want to be able to combo everything, get away. Mobility and survivability is the key to this character. You never die. You literally never die on this character. It is extremely important that you continually just heal your team up. You always want to be around, and whenever somebody else is ulting, you quickly pop the ult. And whenever somebody else, or you're trying to push, you want to combo, maybe tell them voice chat, hey, I'm about to get my bonus, and now your whole entire team can push with you. It is very vital that you stay alive. Many other characters die to dive. Many other characters get picked off. Your kit, you have so much mobility, so much survivability, that if you're not finishing a complete game on heal pool with less than 6 deaths, or more than 6 deaths, then it sort of is a failure. Because you're not, the thing about this character is you should always be there. You should always be providing. And you're going to die. And sometimes there's going to be games where the dive is too much. And that's the great thing about this game. You can always switch characters. But staying on heal pool, you don't want to die. That's the biggest thing I've learned for this character, especially season 6.5 when I was a top 10 heal pool, and I did literally push up to Celestial 1 primarily on heal pool. That's the biggest thing. You want to combo your jackpot with other characters. You want to inform your team when you are jackpotting. You want to cycle your E and your right click. You want to do the correct upgrade path, which is Swords ult, or boomerangs, then Swords ult, then guns, E, dashes, and then the other two you can cycle through. It doesn't really matter too much because you're never going to be using them too much. But this is the primary thing. I think that any person, this character, when I first was running him, I didn't know what I was doing. But the biggest tip is just play. Play him in quick play, play him in competitive. Once you learn the basics of him, you're gonna win MVP every game you go in. And some people say, oh, it's fake stats. They're not fake stats. It's just the biggest problem people have is your ult isn't super powerful and you're not able to carry lobbies. But I disagree. You are able to carry lobbies. This character is extremely strong, and I just think that people are completely underestimating him. Alright? So guys, this is going to be my Grandmaster 1 rank up game that I just wanted to quickly show you guys how this game happened, and sort of how I play the game. So you're going to see I'm on Stratpool early. I don't believe I have an upgrade. Yeah, I don't have an upgrade yet. And what I'm just sort of trying to do is stay in the back and heal my team. And you can get low. What I sometimes do is, it sometimes bites me in the ass. But if you do wait until your health gets low, then pops your E, it instantly shoots up, and then you don't have to wait a couple extra seconds. Now you can see there's a Spider-Man in the back. I'm aware. I keep looking over there, checking if the Spider-Man's coming. And I do believe we do lose this first sight. But it's okay. And I'm going to try and jump on people's heads. And then right here, I'm going to ult. I haven't upgraded. I have not upgraded yet. But the thing is, this ult doesn't go away when I am upgraded. So, what do? I'm upgrading to my gun, my ward icon, my boomerangs as I call them. And now, 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4, I'm gonna wait a second. And then, around 4, 5, 6 seconds, I'm gonna start throwing them. Because the non-upgraded bonus lasts 6 seconds, okay? And then I'm gonna see, and then I get it. 6 more seconds. Basically, my E. I think it's slightly more healing than what my E does. Obviously, a bigger radius around me, too. And it's not upgraded, but it doesn't matter. Because this very first fight, as long as we have that sustained healing, we are gonna win it. Okay? That's some bad aim on my part right here. Now I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Let's see, next fight over here. I believe, yeah. So right now, I'm just holding on. My team was really good in applying pressure in the back, especially. But right here, Hulk Smash. I believe I get, he's gonna zap me. Or, well, after, yeah. So I get, and I just quickly, the thing about this character is quickly, go to swords, dash away, jump around. And you just always want to stay in the back. You generally don't want to be in the front, because if you die, you are losing so much value. Hop in the back. You want to take as many photos as you can, but you also want to make sure your team doesn't die. Oh, photo. Bang. You want to get those upgrades. And I see that most of my team has pushed them back. Obviously, I can't see through the walls, so I don't know if there's people right here. But I'm just going to take the time to upgrade. That was a little bad aim on my part. And then I got instantly another upgrade. And I'm not using my ult. And yes, I do get my ult so quickly, but there's no reason for me to use it. You're going to see, I'm just healing my team. I'm cycling between the E. And then we win the point. And at this point, I have most healing in the lobby. I do have a final, and I haven't died. The other team wasn't so good. I'm not gonna argue about that. I haven't died, and that is the key to playing this character. So then we're gonna go to another fight back here. I believe I should be around max. Let's see. I haven't upgraded, but I'm assuming I am max. And then you're just gonna want to keep cycling. Yeah, I do have dashes, so I am basically max. And you're gonna want to keep doing that. And you just want to take as many photos as you can. I mean, right now it doesn't really matter because I do believe I'm max. But it's okay. And right there, what I should have done was I should have ulted the millisecond I got it. I didn't hear the Spider-Man behind me until it was too late. But you generally... It might also be a good thing, because my team is... It's sort of split up right now. Go into a later fight. I have my ult. And then I ult. Now, right here, I'm jumping on people, waiting. And now 4 seconds left. I'm pretty confident that I can get it. This ult, we made her waste it. This ult's not going to do anything, especially now that I hit jackpot. This ult is useless. And we just wasted an ult. And the thing about communication is you want the Luna to wait a couple more seconds about this. That's a more important thing. But that forced an invis ult. And now you're just going to back away. You have no purpose other than healing your team. Your right click is able to do that even if you're completely blind. Nobody's looking at you. Second you get low, 70, 80 health, you just pop the E. And as long as they're not playing major... I mean, Hela is a one-shot sort of character if you're low like that. But if you're not playing a Hawkeye or a Black Widow for some reason, then you should be very comfortable in just staying on those low sort of healths. And this is a Hulk and a Namor. It's just constant sustain. You just want to keep healing. You just always want to be shooting your gun. Always want to be shooting your gun. 20 seconds on the time, and I think that was my max upgrade. You just keep applying pressure, and you want to walk up with your team whenever they walk up, but you want to stay in the back. Because if you see, I do have 2 deaths right here, but 2 deaths versus 5 deaths of my Namor or their other healer. Their Rocket has 6 deaths. You want to stay away from that sort of... The most important thing on a strategist is always heal. I think right now I'm just finishing up my max upgrade. You don't really get anything other than just that extra, you know, sort of precautions if you do your gun ult. And now I'm getting my ult back. And you just keep healing. And I see the Hulk is in my back line. Can't really heal her when she's being zapped right there. But this Hulk can't kill me. And then heal ult. I can save him. And then jackpot. And everybody should be okay. And then I want to move closer to the thing, so he gets the extra, because the second you walk into the radius, you get 250 bonus health. Overall, extremely strong. Always be shooting the low people. Have good aim in that part. And yeah, it's just very important. And yes, my team was very good here, but 4 finals, most healing in the lobby, 2 deaths only. This is sort of impact you want to have. Your ult, no, it's not invincible. It's not an invis or a cloak and dagger or a Luna Snow. You're not gonna just be broken and not unkillable. But you want to use it to your advantage. Your other stuff is extremely strong. And when you do eventually have that jackpot every minute or so, then it becomes very strong. Most important thing, stay consistent, alright? That's the best tips I can hand out to you guys. Now, if you want to check out more content, I'm going to have more videos coming out soon on my DPS Deadpool tutorial, my tank pool tutorial. Those are 2 very strong characters as well, and I think they're being very underrated. Knowing how to play all 3 and able to fill all 3, especially since upgrades transfer, is very important. I'm going to be trying to live stream daily. If you want to check out, I'm going to have my Twitch channel in the description. But overall, takeaway, Strat-pool is very strong, and I think that, especially if they do buff him one more time, he's going to be the meta. I think everybody, especially if you're watching, you should all learn him.